I start by shaping a black plastic bag into small squares and carefully twisting each piece into delicate floral shapes. Using a lighter, I gently soften the centers so they curl naturally, forming sheer petal-like forms. I add a pearl to the center of every flower, then brush on a subtle metallic sheen and dip the edges into tiny white beads for extra texture and contrast. Once finished, I glue all the flowers across a glass dome. Next, I move on to white sparkly fabric strips, threading them onto a metal ring and briefly setting the folds with heat so they hold their ruffled shape. I complete the piece by tying a rustic rope bow, creating a glowing wreath. I begin by twisting white tissue paper with the end of a pencil to form tiny detailed roses. I carefully place a small pearl in the center of each flower, then glue them across a clear plastic globe so the light inside can shine through the delicate arrangement. The result is a warm, glowing floral lamp with a soft handmade feel. For the next project, I soak wooden skewers in hot water to make them flexible, then bend them carefully around a metal colander to create smooth, curved shapes. Using a hairdryer, I set the curves in place, then tie the pieces onto wooden rings with natural raffia. This forms an organic teardrop lantern with a rustic, handcrafted aesthetic. I start by taking the top half of a clear plastic bottle and using a soldering iron to melt small, evenly spaced holes around the edge. Then I create soft pampas grass stems by shaping fluffy white cotton onto thin sticks and inserting them into the holes, giving the piece a dreamy boho texture. When lit, it becomes a glowing pendant lamp with a soft, airy silhouette. Next, I twist more tissue paper roses, but this time I dust them with a warm pink blush using a fluffy makeup brush to give them a natural gradient. I glue these blushing roses across two white plastic bowls that are joined together into a sphere. Once illuminated, the entire piece transforms into a glowing floral orb. For a cozy seasonal project, I take a flexible white ventilation hose and shape it into a rounded pumpkin form, carefully joining the ends together and adjusting the folds to create realistic ridges. A small piece of driftwood becomes the perfect rustic stem, completing the autumn-inspired decoration. Next, I switch to a holiday-themed design. Using wire as a frame, I melt clear plastic wrap into delicate leaf shapes and decorate the edges with tiny green beads. I assemble the finished leaves around a central support, creating a glowing miniature Christmas tree with a frosty, handcrafted appearance that shines beautifully when illuminated. I begin by chopping a white foam tube into individual rings and coating each one with glue before rolling them in tiny foam beads. The textured rings are linked together to form a chunky decorative chain, which I drape around a light source inside a glass jar for a modern sculptural lamp. For the next design, I make matching semicircles from a textured silver foam sheet and thread them onto a curved metal rod. A wooden sphere anchors the center, while a wooden ring base supports the structure. The finished lamp has a sleek, futuristic look and casts striking patterns across nearby surfaces. For this elegant project, I wrap sheer white ribbon around wooden skewers, securing the flowing fabric with small pearl beads. The finished pieces are attached vertically around a wooden embroidery hoop, creating a graceful ribbed lampshade with a soft, airy appearance. Next, I drill evenly spaced holes into a wooden ring and insert skewers to form a flared frame. Using natural raffia, I weave between the supports to build texture and structure. To complete the design, I add rows of round wooden beads along the edges, transforming the piece into a warm, handcrafted lampshade with a beautiful woven finish. I soak a sheet of woven cane webbing in water until it becomes flexible and easy to shape. After shaping it to size, I wrap it around two wooden hoops and secure everything into a neat cylindrical form. Small wooden dowels are attached to the base as legs, transforming the piece into a beautiful rattan-style table lamp with a warm, natural appearance. The woven texture allows light to pass through softly, creating a cozy atmosphere. For the final project, I fill a glass dish with ice water and use a hot glue gun to draw flowing squiggly lines directly onto the icy surface. The glue hardens almost instantly, creating clear, glass-like strands. I peel them away and layer them around the top of a plastic bottle, gradually building an abstract chandelier